Are you excited about this test of this road trip coming up, some of the places you're going?
Yeah, I mean, 4 really good teams. Obviously on the road, it'll expose us to different challenges and kind of see where we are. I think we're ready for it.
Had a good win, obviously, last night. A lot of guys talking about the defensive side of things, so where it needs to improve. What do you want more from the defense?
We just got to be more in sync. There are strengths of ours that we haven't really, or last night we didn't utilize until we really had to in that second half to get back into the game. So we got to start off games better defensively and set a tone of how we're going to show up every night. But it's the communication, just being in sync, knowing where we're sending guys, knowing when we're going to switch, knowing what coverages we're in. You just got to be more in sync.
Steph, how much have you seen Draymond kind of just take it upon himself to continue to be the playmaker and do all the little things that he's always done, regardless of how many points he's putting up? He wants to make other things happen.
Well, he knows how he can help our team win, and what he's extremely good at, and that's the intangibles of the game. Getting a steal here, getting a one-on-one defensive stop here, playmaking in transition, finding an open guy. Obviously knock down shots. He can make stuff happen scoring-wise, but with the weapons that we have, he knows when he gets the ball in the middle of the paint, he can pick and choose where to move the ball and get a guy a shot. That helps the flow of our offense for sure, and he understands it.
At what point this season did you really start to feel in your normal rhythm, your normal flow offensively?
We showed Spurs of it in preseason, and still haven't really achieved the 48-minute, the level of execution over 48 minutes that we want. So I don't know, we haven't really gotten there yet, but we've shown that when we're making shots, obviously, and when we're creating open shots, that we're pretty potent offensively. And a lot of that has come at the times where we've gotten defensive stops and allowed that to fuel our offense. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
How much, I know you've been pretty hot lately. Clay seems to be finding his rhythm too. How much do you guys really feed off each other? Because obviously in the second half, it just seemed like it opened everything up.
Yeah, we wanted to just. I think last night was the first time we saw everybody kind of get in a rhythm at the same time, and obviously that showed in the scoring numbers. But it was more the amount of open shots we were able to create against a very athletic, very similar style Phoenix team. So when you can do it against a team like that, that speaks even more volumes than maybe a slower, bigger team. So we appreciate obviously all the talent that we have, and when it's all sticking at the right time, it's fun to watch and fun to be out there on the floor.
Steph, when you watch Patrick McCaw and see how he plays physically, but also how he plays cerebrally on the court, how surprised are you? This guy actually lasts until the second round. I mean,
the draft is funny like that. You get guys, Draymond, Pat, Loon. You get guys that, for whatever reason, don't jump off the page, maybe statistically or the look of them, whatever it might be. So from day one, you could tell that Pat knows how to play the game. And there's some teaching it, but you have to have an inherent understanding of how you can, of what's going on the floor and how you can impact the game. And so Pat showed that from day one in training camp. He obviously, played really well in those 2 or 3 preseason games where he really had a huge impact, making the right plays, scoring the ball defensively. And then last night, obviously, another opportunity where he got on the floor and was just confident on both ends of the floor. So that's why he's out there.
that's the other thing. about him is that the NBA isn't too big for him. I mean, you would think.
He's got very quiet confidence about him. He doesn't say much, but he knows he belongs here, so that's huge.
With some of the different personnel, do you guys feel like you're almost searching for a new identity on defense and what this defense is going to kind of be known for versus the past couple of seasons?
Overall, yes, but there's certain principles that we still are consistent to last year and the year before. I mean, obviously the biggest thing is Zaza's a different defender than Bogut was. You know, D West off the bench is different than Festus was. We like to switch a lot. We have speed and quickness out on the perimeter that we gotta. Like, that's where I keep saying in sync. That's where it has to kind of come together to shield off that paint with the length and athleticism that we have. But it'll come, and it's just about the focus and how much it means to us to actually figure it out and not falling into the trap of thinking we can outscore people or wait till we're down 8 in the third quarter and then turn it on. That'll be the learning process that hopefully consistently every night we show up that it shows.
I got an important question. Why did you blow up Feldy and Freed's head by telling them they're actually funny? Don't you know that Dave already has a big head?
I play with golf with Feldy all the time, so I know kind of his personalities. We had a good time, shooting those little promos, and I haven't seen how they turned out, but their directing and producing and writing skills are unbelievable. So they were awesome.
There you go again.
See, I can't help it. I'm on Team Feldy, and I'm
Glad to get this road trip, this Eastern trip under your belt early in the season.
We usually have one this year all the time, or every year. So it's an opportunity to keep building momentum in hostile environments and against great teams that, for the most part, are playing really well right now. So we know how hard it is to win on the road in this league, and you try to come back hopefully 4-0 and get the job done.
Does that make it easier to lock in? Does that make it easier to lock in with some of the little things, defense, in those hostile environments? Do you know you need it more in those games?
You've been around this league for a long time. You know the kind of the ups and downs of from game to game and what each night what it's going to take to win. So we know we can't play like we did last night on the defensive end and expect to score 133 points on the road and win. It's not going to be the case most likely. So got to make adjustments.
It's part of a shooter's fraternity. If you're going bad or if Clay's going bad, do you guys ever talk to each other about what am I doing wrong? I mean,
no details about mechanics or anything like that. It's just more of a mental approach, like just hopefully boosting confidence. Like, hey, we got your back. We'll keep looking for you. If you're open, don't hesitate. Shoot it. Shoot your way out of whatever's going on. But most of all, just don't worry about it. We see how much time we put into that part of our game, and so law of averages usually comes back around. So not to make sure people don't overreact or get frustrated or down on themselves in those kind of moments.